Now on Trevor Sports, it's time for live action in the FA Cup. It's Match of the Day Live, the road to Wembley, introduced by Trevor Lynham.
Good afternoon and welcome to Wembley.
If we are ready for each challenge, we are ready for it.
Good evening. A fantastic 3 days of sport concludes here on Trevor Sports with a big one. Chelsea versus Manchester City for a place in the fifth round of the FA Cup. The Cup is certainly bringing its magic back and it's being absorbed by millions of you. We thank you so much for tuning in and watching. The one thing that we all want to know tonight is who will have the blues at the end of this? Chelsea or Manchester City? Joining me tonight to find out who that will be, we have Trevor and Trevor. We have all the points of view from them during the game. Now, kickoff is very shortly, but before that, there was a game that took place earlier on this afternoon. West Ham hosted Crystal Palace in the other All-Premiership affair. Your match commentator for this one is Trev Motson.
Now, Bowen. Opening stages of this All-London Cup game as that ball played in there. Tompkins got it away, former West Ham man. Souček now for the Hammers. Back to Jared Bowen again. The former Holman played it in. Antonio trying to flick it on and flicks it wide of the target. Terrific start to this All-London Cup tie for West Ham United. There's the cross coming in, and it just needed a bit more of a better flick from Antonio. And David Moyes' side could have been ahead. Mitchell with a throw for Palace under former FA Cup winner Patrick Vieira. Wolf Saha. Tricky little customer, terrific player, plenty of talent. Tech is there, little flick on, the shot coming in from MacArthur, blocked. We'll get a second Joe, and it deflects over the bar. Well, they've created a good opportunity, couple of opportunities each for either side now. Sahar's ball in. There's the header back. MacArthur hit the defender Dawson, and then it gets a deflection off a defender, and over Fabianski's crossbar. So we're into the second half. So we get a better second half as we did the first. Ball played in there, and it'll come for Rice on the edge, and Rice with a shot. Whoa. You can't come much closer than that without scoring. Fouls involved, good cross. Rice picked up the loose ball from Eze. There's the shot, but wide against his post. MacArthur now for Palace. Against a draw, we've got a replay at Selhurst. Tyrese Mitchell. Still Mitchell. And Mitchell deflected. And Ayew can't keep it from going into touch, but it is a corner for Palace with an hour gone. Tyrese Mitchell really trying to take on the West Ham defence. Hits the defender there. Could have hit Jared Bowen and actually gone out. And here's the corner then. Short to Joe Ward. Take on Souček, and he's done well. MacArthur, and that's the best chance Palace have created in the second half. It's probably the most guiltless chance of the whole game, but potentially here. Ghosted in and should have kept it down. Rice, Bernals, Ben Rama, Mikel Antonio, good football again. Bowen on the far side. Big chance now for West Ham. It's Jared Bowen, great save, and kicked off the line by Ward. And it looked as if Jared Bowen here was going to make it 1-0. It was a super smashing shot, but it was a super smashing save by Vincent Guaita. Still 0-0. 20 minutes to go. This thing's done, we're going for a replay. Here's Kafal now for West Ham. And Antonio's in there, great save. I don't think it's going to go in today, folks. At least they're giving it a real go in the second half, both sides. And both goalkeepers really into action here. Guaita with a super one-handed save and along the deck, may I add. It's all West Ham now. Sojcek. Bowen. He's had a lot of the brightest things that West Ham have done. The ball played in there, and the header by Yarmolenko that goes wide. They were queuing to get claret shirts in the penalty box. 4 of them in the area, and Yarmolenko got up, but headed wide at the left post. And he knows that was a big chance. Eight minutes left to play, and still we await the goal. One goal from either side now could settle this tie. Here's Jared Bowen. And Yarmolenko now, big chance for Hammers, good block there. And Yarmolenko again, and Guaita makes another super save. Well, I'm getting the distinct feeling now that it could end up being a goalless draw and a replay back at Selhurst. Guaita performed heroics in this second half. Stoppage time now. If Palace score, it's all over. Or West Ham for that matter. Rice. Mancini getting it forward. But it's Palace who win it. And here's Tompkins, a little flick forward. He stayed forward. Shot comes in. The goalkeeper couldn't hold it. And held it at the second attempt. It was Edouard with the shot. Fabianski saved well. Had to get it down. And got it at the second attempt. And I think it's going to end goalless now. At the end of it all here in this London Cup tie. And a replay at Selhurst.
So another replay is becoming a bit of a thing at the moment, but another replay set up, so we're looking at a bumper edition of Sports Night due to come. At the moment though, let's focus on the game. And Trevor, if I come to yourself, who do you see winning this one today? Well, Chelsea themselves have had an indifferent season. They started off really well under Tuchel, and then I think maybe the honeymoon period weared off after that European Cup win, and they've struggled to find it. I don't think Romelu Lukaku's been the player that they believe they had brought. He really hasn't produced it. Today's an occasion for it, but the pace of Premiership football, I think, is really starting to affect Lukaku, and I think that's where he's struggling from, to be honest. But we shall wait and see. And Trevor, your predictions for Manchester City? Well, I think City are my tip for the Cup this year. No surprise, I think they're a fantastic team, a great outlet. I love this front three, this English front three that Pep Guardiola has running with them. You know, Foden, Sterling and Grealish that he's gone with today. I think that could be really important. If the three of them can combine, I can see them causing Chelsea problems, particularly the strength and depth that they have within their midfield. Well, kickoff is getting ready to go, so we can join now your match commentary team for this one. It's Trevor Brooking, but first, Trevor Davis.
Well, this is the big game that we have been waiting for in the 4th round of the FA Cup. Chelsea and Manchester City looked at one point to be doing battle very much for the Premier League, while it looks like Manchester City may be walking away with the championship. Chelsea know that perhaps they can start their challenge by knocking them out of the FA Cup. Domestic success has been what Pep Guardiola has built his Manchester City side on. It's a concentration in Europe that will frustrate them, and a rematch of the Champions League final will definitely something that Guardiola and company want to put out of the mind. As for Thomas Tuchel, and that victory in the summer in the Champions League final really sets them up this afternoon. Thiago Silva's partnered by Andreas Christensen at centre-half. Mason Mount has preferred to start in the forward attacking role alongside Christian Pulisic and Hakim Ziyech. Romelu Lukaku's past fit to start. For Manchester City, their front three of Jack Grealish, Raheem Sterling and Phil Foden. Bit of an English flavour that. Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne, perhaps the best midfielder on the planet at the moment, looking to support them. And Ruben Dias in the absence of Ilkay Gundogan, and Fernandinho takes the armbands. This could be a game which promises a lot. The weather itself here in West London is pretty miserable. Let's hope that we've got some action on the football pitch to warm ourselves up. Chelsea, of course, are in dark blue with the white socks. They are kicking us off from left to right. Manchester City are in light blue, and thanks to the advance of high-definition televisions, we can tell the difference. Years gone by, you really couldn't. Early touch from N'Golo Kante was a key factor in Chelsea winning that Champions League triumph. Here's Marcos Alonso out on the wide left. Pulisic asking for it. Mount. Now this is Pulisic. The clearance has gone wrong. This is Marcos Alonso. Under pressure here. Clever ball to Mount. Just trying to find him safe around De Bruyne and cannot do so. Here's Jack Grealish, the £100 million man from Aston Villa. I think it was 47 years ago we were talking about the first £1 million player. This is Foden. Now De Bruyne. Jose Cancelo to Bernardo Silva. Excellent pass. Kevin De Bruyne is in loads of space. Jorginho caught him. And the match official thought the challenge was a little rough, and Marcos Alonso is down. Waldmende to clear. Lukaku. Cancelo intercepts. Grealish. Bernardo Silva. Here is Stones. Now this is Ruben Diaz, the Manchester City captain this evening. Here is Foden. Kyle Walker. Here is Foden. What do you think about the cross? It's away by Lukaku, who's sitting deep. Here's Kyle Walker. Back to De Bruyne, who's seen a lot of the ball. He's got to be worrying for Chelsea. This is Jose Cancelo and Sterling, and that's blocked by Christensen. Clever header by N'Golo Kante to clear it away. Lukaku. Well, alongside me this evening is a former two-time Cup winner Trevor Brooking. And Trevor, I'd love to know what your stance to the game so far is. I think it's very obvious that Manchester City are quite happy to have the ball and to move it forward. The question here today, though, is the lack of a real defined centre forward going to hurt them possibly? Well, here is one of those players that was brought in to make a difference. Jack Grealish showing some instant control. Moving Diaz to De Bruyne. Ready. Feels as if these two sides are just feeling each other out like you would in a big heavyweight boxing clash. Here's De Bruyne. Jorginho for Chelsea. Azpilicueta going for that long crossfield pass, and every time Chelsea have the ball, Marcos Alonso is offering himself in great positions out on the far side. Here's Mounts trying to look for Alonso and getting it over De Bruyne. That was a great pass. And it's into Lukaku. Oh, it's taken a real deflection in the area. Manchester City have got away. No, they haven't. Lukaku's won the ball back. Referee says corner. Manchester City did not deal with that. Hakim Ziyech with a corner. 3 in the area for Chelsea. 2 on the edge. One of them's Jorginho. The other one's Azpilicueta. Well, they're looking for Kante, and Rodri heads that away. This is Azpilicueta looking for Lukaku, just over the top. I think the referee is giving us potentially, I think, for a foul here on Lukaku, just catching Jose Cancelo. Lukaku, of course, protesting his innocence, but was caught. So Edison to clear for Manchester City. 16 minutes played and no goal at the moment. Pulisic to Lukaku. Well, we've seen one goal in our live games that we brought to you at the moment on Trevor Sports. No problems last time. Last time Manchester City were live on Trevor Sports, they were in the hands of a 5-1 defeat to Liverpool. who we know got past Stoke City yesterday. Bernardo Silva. Betting for his innocence, but not given. Jorginho and Marcos Alonso are over the ball. There is Jorginho. Firm header back to Grealish. And now Grealish again. Sterling. That's an excellent ball. Phil Foden. Up against Thiago Silva. Foden. Walker. Foden again. Two Englishmen combining. Bernardo Silva, left-footed. And Mendy making the first meaningful save of the match. Well, it was good work on the left-hand side of the pitch there by Manchester City. In particular, Phil Foden and Kyle Walker combining. Got to bode well for England in the World Cup. We'll see those two, but in the end, it's a fairly good save. Just didn't quite create the angle for the shots. Here is Pulisic. This is Lukaku. Now Pulisic again. Mount has Alonso on the far side. Jorginho. And again. Now here is Marcos Alonso. Headed away. And again, only as far as Kante, who sees Azpilicueta in space. And Manchester City get it away. Here's Jack Grealish. He wasn't able to find Foden. Chelsea having perhaps their best spell of possession in the match thus far. Here is Azpilicueta. Mount. Here's Alonso. And now Pulisic. Still Pulisic to Alonso. Teasing ball. Just headed away. John Stones doing really well. Ziyech. Another header away by John Stones. Great spell of pressure for Chelsea. Kante. Headed away by Ruben Diaz now. And Jack Grealish just turns and swivels it away. Christensen. Crossfield to Marcos Alonso. Jorginho. Chelsea in control at the moment, the European champions. Still Jorginho. Alonso. Lovely combination of football. Mount. Azpilicueta to Hakim Ziyech. Pulisic trying to find a crossing opportunity. Hooked away in the end. Good work by John Stones, who's had a lot to do at centre half for Manchester City this evening. He's done a fabulous job at the moment. João Cancelo. Rodri left it for Walker. Approaching the half-hour mark in the first half. First third of the game. Remember that should we be level after 90, we will have a replay. This team wants to avoid the Blues in more ways than one. Well, Chelsea have got a lot of the ball at the moment here, Trev, and you can see the way that they're comfortably able to move it, and I think for Manchester City a real defined front player is becoming their problem, but also there's the atmosphere of Stamford Bridge I think has made a real difference. Well, it's Chelsea that continue the pressure, and it's Manchester City that continue to defend. Pulisic. Mount. Here's Ziyech. Alonso again, who stay forwards. Mount's pass is waywards. Bernardo Silva. Now it is Ruben Diaz. Long ball looking for Foden. Just seemed to collide there with Alonso. Referee unmoved, but to be fair, despite the boos, all 22 players were unmoved by that. Mount. Good pass to Azpilicueta. Hakim Ziyech wanted in the channel. Alonso. Poor pass. Mount again. Azpilicueta. Kante, who really has sat deep in the midfield for Chelsea and has stopped any real attack coming through. Here is Alonso. Seems to be looking for Lukaku at every opportunity. Chelsea will have a corner. 10 minutes to go till half time. 4 lining up just outside the penalty area. Charging for the near post. And he went to Kante at the far post, who couldn't direct his header goalwards. In a game which has been short and sharp of opportunities. N'Golo Kante out-jumping Rodri. Really was poor play there by Rodri to try and stop that. It's Chelsea with their first, well, perhaps their best ever of the game. Still the effort from Manchester City, which has been the one meaningful save so far, as coming across a game which is very much just starting to settle in. Here's Alonso. Pulisic. Alonso again. Mounts run, looking all the way across, headed away. John Stones again for Manchester City. Here comes Ziyech to take the corner kick. Goes short to Kante. Just looked like Lukaku was going to get a very aerobatic header. It hasn't come off. Here's Azpilicueta. Ziyech. Azpilicueta. A very high cross. And it'll beat Lukaku. And it's straight away another throw for Chelsea that have put the pressure on. Oh yeah, they have. They made a real effort here, Chelsea, just not quite able to find that killer pass. Oh, another header away by Ruben Diaz. Jorginho. Does he fancy a hit? Pulisic might! Pulisic scores! 5 minutes to go to half-time. And it's the American who is surfing the turf at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea leads. It has been constant pressure. And the team from West London has the advantage, and deservedly so. Well, it looked like it was a good header away, I have to say, by John Stones. It looked as if Jorginho was going to have a go, but when it was played to Pulisic, criminal defending here, he was allowed to turn. There he goes, 3 players, nobody near him. John Stones backs off. Doesn't look Bernardo Silva's anywhere close. Sliding in to celebrate, and that's a deserved goal. So Chelsea take the lead. They lead by a goal to 0 now in this FA Cup 4th round contest. Place in the 5th round available, and who they will play, well, we will reveal to you at full time. We head to Lancaster Gate for the draw. Will Manchester City respond straight away? Grealish to Bernardo Silva. Excellent pass out to Phil Foden. His cross is teasing, and it's nearly a instant equaliser. Jack Grealish found himself in far too much room. Good save by Mendy. Well, it was all set up by this brilliant ball across to Jack Grealish. That is a fantastic cross, and that is a brilliant save by Mendy. Really is top class. I'm sure Grealish thought he'd scored there. Manchester City's first corner kick. Grealish to take. De Bruyne was there. Good save by Mendy again. And this time Thiago Silva's got there to head it away. Cancelo back to Grealish. Outside of the foot. Another header away by Thiago Silva. Manchester City responding. Chelsea having to survive, and Eduardo Mendy making a couple of quite fantastic saves. So far, his 3 stops are the difference between these two sides. Christian Pulisic's goal in the 40th minute has changed this contest. May for Manchester City to come further forwards. We shall wait and see. Foden. De Bruyne has continued his run. Here he is. There's an excellent pass to Grealish as we're in time added on. Bernardo Silva to Grealish. Cancelo supporting. Now Bernardo Silva. Lovely pass. Foden. Up against 2. Delicate ball in, and Thiago Silva clears it away. And that will be the halfway mark in this contest. Chelsea lead for an excellent goal. And in truth they deserved it, but since then Manchester City have raised their game, and Chelsea have had to defend for their lives. Thankfully, they're still in the contest. Half time in this one. Chelsea lead by 1-0.
Well, half time and Chelsea lead thanks to that Christian Pulisic goal. And for those of you just joining in, first of all, where have you been? Second of all, you're missing a game which has just come to the boil nicely. I suspect as this match goes on, things might get a little more tense as we continue to watch this. But so far, it's been a very, very positive start at the moment. Trevor, I need to come to yourself first and say your thoughts on that half. Well, it seems Chelsea's goal woke up Manchester City, because the final couple of minutes, Mendy's had to make a couple of very good saves. Until then, Chelsea looked really comfortable, and the goal that they took had been coming for a long time. And Trevor, from your point of view, what have Manchester City got to do? Well, they didn't press enough in that first half. You could see them starting to press as soon as the goal went in, and suddenly the midfield took over the game, and I think that was a big factor in why we have what we have. Well, chaps, let's have a look at some of the action, and first and foremost, Sterling had this chance. It's a little pass across here, so when it does arrive to Sterling, you can see there Christensen's marking him tightly, as you'd expect. And then in a quiet first half, N'Golo Kante gets this header. He's got no right to get that. I think Rodri's got to be careful. But what about Pulisic's goal? Well, it's a good header away, but look at the fact that Manchester City still have all their players sitting inside the box. They need at this point to charge out and to press out. And sometimes you say once you clear it, you charge forward. This is why, because suddenly Jorginho is able to play in Pulisic, and at that point, Ederson has no chance. And actually, their goals were Manchester City's undoing. And then Grealish had a couple of chances. Did indeed. It's great football by Manchester City at this point. That is an outstanding save by Mendy. I really think, though, Grealish should be doing a lot better there, but that's an outstanding stop. And he does it again from De Bruyne. Yeah, Grealish turned provider. De Bruyne heads it back across goal. Mendy making the header. And really crucially here, though, from Chelsea's standpoint, is the fact that they weren't allowed to get the rebound in. I think that was key to that chance staying. Well, second half to go in the company of Trevor and Trevor. I'll take you through to the second half.
Well, thank you for joining us again for the second half. Those of you just tuning in, it's a Christian Pulisic goal scored in the 40th minute that has given Chelsea the advantage. A reminder, of course, that there is no extra time or penalty competition to settle this contest. If this is drawn, we will go to a replay at the Etihad. At the moment, Manchester City may just settle for that. Phil Foden in far too much room. A poor cross cleared by Thiago Silva, who's played well at the moment. Here's Lukaku. Jorginho to Pulisic. Alonso. Azpilicueta will receive it. Chelsea captain looks for Ziyech. And taking no chances is John Stones. Another clearance. Ziyech short to Lukaku. It was just nearly an opportunity for Christian Pulisic at the near post. Now it is City to come away with the ball. De Bruyne and Foden combining. That's an excellent pass through the middle. Raheem Sterling, good touch. He's full slightly wide. Mendy makes the save though. Good work by Andreas Christensen for Chelsea to force Raheem Sterling wide, and then Mendy again with his fourth save. He could be man of the match at the moment. Well, it was a delightful through ball, let's not forget that. There's the shot, Mendy making the save, really good save. Probably a save he had no right to make, to be fair, but good defending by Christensen to force Sterling slightly wide. De Bruyne looking for Bernardo Silva at the far post. He's headed away, only as far as João Cancelo, who was caught, but has got straight back up. Good sportsmanship. Foden trying to look for a little pass into Sterling, hoping that Bernardo Silva will continue the run. He hasn't. But John Stones, who has been very impressive for Manchester City with another clearance, and 52nd minute of the contest, Chelsea lead by 1-0. This is João Cancelo. Crossfield pass to Foden. Instant control. De Bruyne wanted it. Sterling's going to get it though. Was he caught? That's a penalty! Or is it? Is it a dive? I think the referee's given that for a dive on Raheem Sterling. That's a brilliant decision if that's the case. It looked in real time that that was a spot kick. But Raheem Sterling will be booked for that dive. Chelsea here will have to accept that. Referee saw that as simulation. Good refereeing. Here is Azpilicueta for Chelsea. And now Mounts. Now it's Grealish for Manchester City. Bernardo Silva. Stones. Well, Manchester City have made chances. Sadly in their way is Edouard Mendy, who's made some good stops. 4 good saves really this evening thus far. Here's Walker. Foden again, who's finding space. Looking for the header in, it's headed away. There is Lukaku for Chelsea. Now Pulisic, opportunity to break. Hakim Ziyech trying to make a run forward. This is Lukaku. Pulisic again to Alonso. Finds Azpilicueta in space. Ruben Diaz, a nice calm header. Kevin De Bruyne. Kyle Walker to Foden, up against Alonso. Sterling. N'Golo Kante combining with Jorginho to dispossess Raheem Sterling. This is Thiago Silva. Thoughts from Trevor on how he thinks the game's going thus far? I don't think Manchester City need to be too worried as yet. Start to throw the kitchen sink, but at the moment they need to find a way past Mendy, but they've also got to be wary of the counter-attack, because I think when Chelsea move at pace, they've certainly got the players to cause the problems for them. Here is one of the players who can cause problems for them. Mounts to Ziyech. Kante, who's been a real rock. Cancelo intercepts. Now it's Manchester City's turn to come forwards. Sterling making a run. Found by Grealish. Back to Grealish, up against Kante. Cancelo supporting. Grealish running into the channel again. Bernardo Silva. Crossfield ball to Foden, but is cut out by Alonso, who loses it promptly to Phil Foden. Dangerous ball into the box, and the equaliser from Jack Grealish. A mistake by Marcos Alonso is punished. Jack Grealish, the £100 million man, keeps Manchester City in the FA Cup, and Mendy's brave resistance is finally broken. And it's those two Englishmen combining that have done it. A fantastic early cross and great finish. It's 1-1. Well, this is worth looking here. So Alonso touches it down. Great work by Foden to steal it. Now the real question in the area is going to be how is Jack Grealish allowed to be unmarked in the area? It almost looks as if in this situation here that he's completely caught out by Azpilicueta. Grealish times his run, and it's as simple as this finish. Nothing the goalkeeper could be do. Those two combining. Again, great omens for England. Well, good omens for England indeed. We're back level here. 1-1 now. Grealish's strike has cancelled out Christian Pulisic's effort. And that now gives us the game opportunity. There is Alonso, who was dispossessed by Foden after losing the ball. Chelsea might try and respond straight away with their 5th corner of the match. Jack Grealish stands on the edge of the area for Manchester City. Azpilicueta stands on the edge of the box. Headed away by Kyle Walker. Christensen. Azpilicueta. Mounts. Kante. Azpilicueta. Oh, has he found Lukaku? Good defending by John Stones again. Sterling, Grealish, 3 blue shirts around him, 3 dark blue shirts around him. Chelsea know just how dangerous he could be, and you get the sense he's going to be much better marked as the rest of this contest goes on. Here is Foden, who's making things happen. Sterling, past Mounts, back to De Bruyne. Now Kyle Walker. Got a second opportunity. Mason Mount marshalling him. Kyle Walker. And that's easy for Edward Mendy. Of course, the only booking we've had in the contest is Raheem Sterling for simulation. Rodri will compete with Lukaku. Ruben Diaz wins the second ball. And it's going to be interesting to see what changes would you made if you're Thomas Tuchel or you were Pep Guardiola from this stage. Well, I don't think Manchester City need to worry about changes unless they've got anybody tiring in the middle. Maybe the likes of Gundogan or Fernandinho could feature. I think for Chelsea here, though, they may want to think about their striking options because Lukaku's getting marked out of the game. Good challenge by Rodri. Sterling. Lovely first time pass to Grealish. Here is Stones. Bernardo Silva. Grealish, lovely control. Sterling. Excellent pass. That's a brilliant pass. Phil Foden's got De Bruyne ahead of him. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. Skips one, challenge, goes with the left foot. Just wide. Absolutely delightful skill from Kevin De Bruyne once Phil Foden found him. Skips away from Jorginho's challenge, left-footed, and is just flash wide. It's great football yet again. That's not a beat around the bush. That's just excellent play, but definitely looking like Manchester City are the stronger at the moment. And this is where I think if you're Thomas Tuchel, you need to make changes to mix things up at the moment, because sometimes the fresh legs, different ideas on that pitch could turn a game around. Here is Mount, who is far less influential than he was in the first half. Alonso back to Pulisic. Mount. Kante pushing forward in this attack. Azpilicueta out wide. 4 in the area. Azpilicueta needs to put in a good cross. Lukaku needed to do a lot better there. Referee signal corner. I suspect this is a brilliant bit of defending. Well, it is. It's really good defending here by Ruben Diaz, who just gets enough to deny Lukaku. Just puts him off. That's all that's required. Well, the first change has been made. Callum Hudson-Odoi is going to come Hakim Ziyech for Chelsea. And Reece James is on. Header away. Here's Kante. Pulisic. Can he get the shot away? He can't. Lukaku arrived from an offside position. And from here, the match will not have its concluding moments at the moment. In fact, I think he's pulled it up for a potential foul there on Raheem Sterling. Seems to be hobbling slightly since that challenge. Edison to clear. Chelsea with 8% more of the football today. Manchester City certainly will count themselves lucky and will probably feel that based on the second half performance, 1-0's just about right. Here's Reece James. There is a through pass if he could see that he can't. He's well marshalled by Grealish. Reece James again. Throw into Chelsea. And there is a change of Manchester City. Sterling departing, on comes Gabriel Jesus. The only real recognised out-and-out centre forward for Manchester City. Hudson-Odoi. Oh, clever pass. Pulisic's effort, it took a deflection. It will be a corner. Edison there acknowledges that was good defensive work by John Stones again, who's had a standout performance for me. Yeah, he's done really well today. John Stones really has defended and has got a lot right today. Definitely challenging for his regular starting place again. Marcos Alonso's corner. And it is headed away by Rodri. challenge from behind will be the free kick. Kante will be spoken to by the match official, but nothing more. And that looked to be a fair tie from Jack Grealish, who did well to put his body in between defender and and ball. Getting the equaliser this evening thus far. Remember, if this is level after 90 minutes, we will have a replay at the Etihad in 10 days' time. And if we do, you will see that on Sports Night. Here is Alonso. Pulisic. Alonso, Pulisic trying to make sure there is no replay. He got the right side of Kyle Walker, recovered and did really well. Here is Marcos Alonso. The header away. Only as far as Jorginho. Pulisic. Alonso. Just trying to look for Hudson-Odoi. Here's Grealish. And now Jorginho. Chelsea looking threatening at the moment. Here's Callum Hudson-Odoi. Marcos Alonso, 7 minutes to go at Stamford Bridge. Mount. Hudson-Odoi. Great interception by Rodri. Big appeals from the Stamford Bridge faithful. Not given. Mount. Alonso. Hudson-Odoi! And it's an easy save in the end. Chelsea have certainly started to pick up their game in the last few moments of this contest, and an interesting change here by Manchester City, bringing off De Bruyne. Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne departs, Ilkay Gundogan comes in. For the final 5 minutes, De Bruyne, good performance, but he sets such high standards. There's Gundogan to Grealish. Bernardo Silva, Cancelo. Has asked a lot of Jack Grealish and easily marshalled out. Still yet to see a meaningful touch from Gabriel Jesus. It's Hudson-Odoi. Mount. Pulisic. Mount. Pulisic. Back to Reece James. Headed away, only as far as Alonso. Pulisic trying to turn again. Alonso to Mason Mount. Kante. Chelsea putting on serious pressure now. Clearance is made by Bernardo Silva. Throw into Chelsea in the final third. We are approaching the final 90 seconds of the 90. Grealish. Jesus. Foden wanted it. It's a long ball over the top at the moment, and now suddenly Ilkay Gundogan is through, and now it's Phil Foden for Manchester City. It's a brilliant save by Edouard Mendy. It's come back to Cancelo. Oh, what a miss! Gundogan could have won the game. An amazing finale to this contest. And a great save from Mendy again, who is the hero. And what a miss by Gundogan. Just had to tap it in and Manchester City would be in the 5th round. The luck has certainly been with Chelsea. Nothing more than 25 seconds from 90 minutes being completed. There was the chance to grab the winning goal. Is there going to be one final chance for Chelsea? Lukaku. Now it finds Marcos Alonso. Can he find a turning cross in the final few moments of the match? Another header away. It's floating in the area. Backwards away. Mount. Clever touch. Reece James. Brilliant finale to this match. Now back to Reece James again. Forced backwards by Bernardo Silva. Now he crosses. Oh, it's just cleared away. Marcos Alonso for Chelsea. Poor touch. Was caught. And now Foden. Gabriel Jesus. It's Jack Grealish one-on-one with Kante. Grealish goes back across goal Thiago Silva wins it and does an excellent job in winning that. There's the clearance. That's the end of the match. We have a replay at the Etihad. What an amazing second half this was. Really built, but the two sides, chances after chances. In the end, it comes down to a series of saves and an incredible miss at the back by, of all players, İlkay Gündoğan. If you were Manchester City tonight, you may ask yourself if that was De Bruyne, would we be in their 5th round? As for us, we have been treated to an excellent game. Full time at Stamford Bridge. This Chelsea won, Manchester City won. We go to a replay.
Well, one apiece. We have a replay, and that was a pretty outstanding football from both sides. And Trevor, fair result on the night? I think if you're Chelsea, it's a fantastic result, because I thought the way the game went, Manchester City just got stronger and stronger and stronger as the game went on. And to be fair to them, Chelsea were hanging in for it, and it's going to be interesting to see what they can do at the Etihad. I think home advantage might see Manchester City through in the replay. And Trevor, from where do you stand? What went right for Chelsea? What went wrong for Chelsea? What went right for Manchester City in the second half, I should say? Well, I think Chelsea were hoping to hang on, and if you look at the way Manchester City were playing, the way they were moving the ball, the way they were passing it, they were in complete control. Chelsea, their front three, I don't think really got involved in the game. Lukaku was a massive disappointment. Didn't really see him at all. He wasn't a physical influence. He was well marshalled. Then again, one of the best players in Manchester City today was John Stones. He was excellent at the back for them. So overall, probably a fair result. I think Chelsea were definitely more pleased to have the draw, because they should have lost it. Let's have a look at some of the action from the second half. And Raheem Sterling played through. Yeah, Sterling's first touch lets him down here. He's just sort of forced wide by Christensen, who did have his number today. Similar to what he did in the Euros, to be honest. But yeah, Sterling had his chances. And that dive, that was well spotted by the referee. I know we all thought it was. And then the mistake for the goal. Yeah, Alonso loses it. What I love about this, as soon as Alonso loses it, Phil Foden's first opportunity is get onto his right foot and put it right across the 6-yard box. And then you got Jack Grealish floating in, and poor defending again. Grealish completely unmarked. And De Bruyne's effort here, unlucky. I think De Bruyne hits that really well. It's a really big chance. And Lukaku's big moment in the match. Yeah, that was it, but Ruben Dias also gets his head to that and also makes the deflection, so I think that's a big factor in the shot not being taken. And Chelsea then started to rally. This effort by Pulisic, well blocked again by the man of the match, which was, one of the man, John Stones, who was outstanding, I thought, today. I hope Gareth Southgate was watching. And then this moment in the last second. Yeah, it's great work. Foden through here. Again, dare I say, I think Phil Foden's touch lets him down. Tries to take too many, should have gone for that maybe sort of second touch, looked to hit it, and then might have been able to create a better opportunity and didn't. And we've got to go through, we've got to talk through this last second miss. This is unbelievable. This is when the ball's played across here, you think at this point, that's in all day long. I'll tell you what, he's going to be kicking himself after that. Well, there we go. That's all the footballing action for you, but that's not all the drama done with the FA Cup, because we've got to do the draw for the 5th round. So we'll go over to Lancaster Gate and join Trevor Lineker. Thank you. So we're here at Lancaster Gate, and we've enjoyed a wonderful weekend of football. Here today, though, the important matter has to be made at the moment of the draw. So before we do make the draw, here are all the numbers and how all the teams are lined up ahead of the draw. So let's go ahead and join the officials here and Trevor Kelly for the draw.
Thank you, Trevor. Welcome to the draw for the 5th round of the Emirates-sponsored FA Challenge Cup. Tonight we have seen some excellent football across the board, and we will now make the draw for the 8 ties that will take place for us in the next round of the FA Cup. Drawing the home ties tonight, the chairman of the Challenge Cup Committee is Trevor Brown, and drawing the away sides tonight, chairman of the Football Association, it's Trevor Millerchurch. Number 16. 16 is West Ham United or Crystal Palace, who drew today. Number 14 will play Fulham. So West Ham United or Crystal Palace will play Fulham, keeping that one in London fair. Number 13. Number 13 will be Coventry or Brentford. That has also gone to a replay. Number 4 will play Queen's Park Rangers or Arsenal. That has also gone to a replay. Number 10 is Wolverhampton Wanderers. Number 1 is Preston North End. So Wolverhampton Wanderers will play Preston North End. Number 5 is Tottenham Hotspur through to the 5th round. Number 3 will play either West Bromwich Albion or Huddersfield, the winner of that replay. Number 11, that is Reading or Watford, so that game is time to be decided. Number 15, that's Chelsea or Manchester City, so it'll be Chelsea or Manchester City, the side you saw drew this evening. Number 9 is Sheffield United. Number 12 is Cardiff City, so another all-championship affair. Number 8 is either Leicester City or Aston Villa. That Midlands derby will be settled on a replay at Villa Park. Number 2 is Hull City, who are through to the 5th round. The best cup performance for many year, Hull City. Which leaves us to the final tie to be drawn today to see who is at home. Number 6, that is Leeds United, and of course they will play number 7, Liverpool. So Leeds United versus Liverpool. That is the draw for the 5th round of the FA Challenge Cup. Well, Trevor, some exciting draws you could definitely take a look at. Let's have a quick check at them. And there's a fair few here which really stand out to me that could potentially come through. I think you can't look past Leeds United hosting Liverpool. Going to be a big test for the holders if they're going to retain the cup, if they can get past Leeds United. But Liverpool have had the better league form. Chelsea, Man City, no, a winner will have a favourable tie, travelling away to either Reading or Watford. So that could be a good one. Tottenham with a good draw. They've got West Brom or Huddersfield at home. I think the one that's most intriguing could be West Ham, Crystal Palace or Fulham, because there is a London derby available to whoever gets through to that, and then you're off to the 6th round in the quarter-finals. Either way, we've had our draw for this year's FA Cup. It's produced some excellent stuff.
Well, when we're back next, join us Wednesday the 16th of February for Sports Night. Manchester City Chelsea will lead our coverage of the replays, but we'll have Crystal Palace hosting West Ham United, Aston Villa and Leicester. We know that's also gone to a replay. And Arsenal Queen's Park Rangers, so that promises to be a sports night you really, really don't want to miss. Make sure you hit the like notification and you subscribe to the channel to find out what happens next. As for more sporting action here on Trevor Sports, next Saturday we're back with the Six Nations. We've got Ireland versus France and Scotland versus Wales are our 2 live games. That should be an absolute cracker. And of course, how about a bit of Sunday evening Grand Prix? San Marino Grand Prix live from Imola. And as we continue to see what would have happened had Senna not been tragically killed, could he have challenged Michael Schumacher for the championship? That'll be one for you to keep your eyes peeled for. Well, a brilliant weekend of sport in general, but also a brilliant weekend of drama, action, thrills and spills and everything you would come to expect. Trevor, very quickly got to come to yourself. Who's your pick to win the replay between Chelsea and Manchester City? I think City, because they've got home advantage. I'd struggle to disagree, unless Chelsea really able to find the spirit they did in the Champions League final. Well, the game here tonight has gone to a replay, and we've got some fantastic replays set for you in 10 days' time. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for us on Trevor Sports. But personally, thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you again very soon, I hope. Bye-bye.